Are we going to see a Riki carry for Nigma Galaxy? Win game 2. Watch them 2-0 the TI-10 champs and not go anywhere because they're still eliminated.
No, yes.
Okay.
30 seconds.
No. No. Yes.
Are
you doing X-Files?
Yeah. I mean, we're in the Upside Down, apparently. I don't know how he ended up in the Upside Down.
That was the 90s Stranger Things right there. X-Files. I think we had this conversation before.
Have we?
I'm getting deja vu, yes. I remember distinctly asking, are you Scully? And am I Mulder?
Have we?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're Scully.
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
For my cause. Now, your admiral is on board.
Stunned into silence. Count that as a dub. As Nigma are going to try and get another dub.
I'm experimenting more with awkward silences with you.
You can't really awkward silence me. It's just awkward for the viewer.
Well,
I'm just looking at lanes. And we have what looked like some pretty good lanes for Team Spirit, I'm not going to lie. Storm, free farm, mid probably. Pretty decent matchup versus Kunkka in the game. Can never really X them. You have a Drow Undying versus a Beastmaster. Kind of a free farm lane. Then you have this Underlord versus Riki. And I feel like Underlord kind of just dumpsters Riki.
Yeah, there's no way this is a good lane for Riki.
No, you just fight him back. Like, as long as you're not ever in a position where you have to run away the entirety of the lane, you're just going to outfight him. You also have Fade Bolt and Atrophy Aura to reduce the damage here. That's brutal for a hero that is entirely reliant on right clicks.
Yeah.
Maybe you can out-regen them with IO regen, but I still feel like even if maybe you kill Collapse once, this is not going to be like that IO Slark versus bat lane. You're not just going to kill this guy 8 times. Caster curse, question mark. Please don't die 8 times.
I mean, even if you stay alive, I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, maybe they kill him, but I'm fairly certain Collapse is going to walk away with a pretty decent CS lead. Of course, right now it's 7-0 Riki, so maybe I'm wrong about that, but the whole point of this was Team Spirit winning, like, should win 3 lanes, in your opinion?
I think they should basically free farm in all 3, yeah.
Okay.
I don't see Nigma shutting down any of these Team Spirit cores, and I think the Team Spirit team fight is also just stronger in the 5-on-5. You have the Underlord AoE control, you have Rubik dropping spells in between the fight. If he ever steals Boat, it's pretty nasty. If he steals Roar, it's pretty nasty. Then you have this Undying Tombstone, which Nigma have to deal with, and there's only really one egg killer, and it's the Beastmaster Aura. Yeah. Overcharge, I guess, helps you a little, but none of these 3 melee cores want to really play into Underlord or Undying. It's rough. I mean, that's actually as simple as I can phrase it. You have 3 melee cores playing into Undying Underlord. That is going to be tough no matter what. So if you can't run away with the lanes and you're not going to necessarily win the 5-on-5, I think this game looks pretty Spirit favored. We'll see if Nigma can pull a rabbit out of the hat, or should I say a boar out of
the disruption hole?
The mask.
The mask.
The Shadow Demon mask.
Oh.
The true XED inside him. What's underneath the mask? It's Karoki. Oh my god. Why does this team like Shadow Demon so much? It's actually pretty interesting.
I don't know.
Why
do the Eastern European teams like carry Riki? And why is Nigma copying them? What does this hero do for you? I mean, it's gap close for Drow Ranger, but what else?
It is a lot of damage if you're decently ahead or even on net worth.
Okay.
It's a significant amount of physical burst. And the scale is actually pretty good. It's just a lot of times you can't get to that scale. This lane goes wrong.
Oh, GH! Collapse is going to go back for it. He had a Fairy Fire, but GH is still dead. First blood goes to Collapse.
This lane I just don't know how to win this lane, honestly. If I'm IO Riki down here, I don't know how to win this lane. Because you can't ever trade. It's Fade Bolt Atrophy into only right clicks. You don't have spells.
Yeah, you're doing like 20 damage.
What are you supposed to do? There's no outplay versus passive.
Yeah. See if Zemail can get the outplay on this mid lane. He's doing really well in CS, 21-7 compared to the 19-4. And him and the Storm Spirit are trading pretty evenly when it comes to that regen battle. So
well, Zemail's doing quite well. I've definitely said that one before. But these Silings are going to get rough. The thing is, I don't think the Silings get better for Nigma here in the next 5 minutes. Like, MC is just getting zoned. And both of their big camps are blocked on that triangle. You can see on the minimap those sentries. Mapashka already knows what's going to happen. You're going to get destroyed on lane. You think you're going to stack Ancients? Well, guess what? No, you're not going to stack Ancients because you're not going to have an Ancient camp to stack. So you have to fight me.
Okay.
And you're not winning the fight. This is a rough laning phase for MC. He did get the Helm. That's pretty nice. We'll deny a boar. Also pretty nice. So they're getting something off this lane. But it's not going to be pretty in the long run.
Desperately trying to pull this hard camp. Just anything to offset the standard lane setup. And it's pretty favorable to Collapse. He's 24-5 now. It's only going to get worse as he starts getting higher levels of atrophy. They do manage to kill Kuro, top lane.
Another kill going Spirit's way on Yotoro. Not the hero you necessarily want to be giving extra XP to, especially when you don't have those big triangle stacks to fall back on here. I also just don't know where the catch-up rotations exist for Nigma. Like, IO Shadow Demon can't rotate and gank lanes. It's just, they do 0 damage.
It's
right?
a really intense breakdown of exactly how screwed Nigma Galaxy
I mean,
is now. They can't win lanes, and well, they're not going to be able to out-team fight, and they really don't have the catch-up potential after they lose the lanes.
I would not want to be playing their draft in this game. But obviously they do because they draft it, which means oftentimes they see things you don't.
Well, yeah, you haven't had a draft where you're like, guys, I don't want to play our draft.
No, because I had to pick it, so I'm going to go ride or die. Okay. Never admit weakness.
Sure, but wasn't there a nagging voice inside your head that was
the number
like,
one rule of Dota is you never admit you're wrong and you always find somebody else to blame.
Okay.
Actually, those are the first 2 rules, but they go together, so it's basically one.
That's the golden rule of Dota right there.
There's always somebody doing things worse than you are. You just got to find them.
Instead of thinking about how to win the game, think about how to blame the outcome of this game on somebody else.
All right, looking at Laurel.
Laurel, can he get the zip at the right time, or he doesn't need to?
Just some harass. There's that IO rotation.
Oh, неплохо для старика.
I mean, Sumail's still having a great game here. Maybe you can get a gank on this Drow with the Kunkka. That would probably be the best move Nigma have to make in this early game. You can easily set it up with a disruption or like off some boar slow, something like this. You just have to make sure the Storm can't counter gank. So maybe now's the time. If Sumail goes top, Laurel is likely going to TP back to mid off that force. And then it frees up this top gank because the Storm can't counter gank it. That sounds pretty nice to me.
Well, he started running that direction and then he was
he's
like,
looking for it. This is a good
not.
read by Sumail. Oh, he backs
he's
off.
sticking in triangle. Maybe he realized he didn't do it. Well, I guess Storm Spirit TP'd mid.
I think he just looked this lane top and it's so deep.
Yeah.
The gank is unreliable. Like if Yotoro's sitting under his tower, that's a pretty hard go. I'll probably just play for the 8-minute rune here. I could also see Miracle maybe join some of these random skirmishes pretty early here on the Riki. So one of the upsides of this hero, he's pretty strong in the early fights, just off the blink strikes with all the stats.
Sure.
And I don't know if he just wants to keep sitting down here trying to farm versus an Underlord who has 2 points in Aura and a Vanguard. He takes 0 damage and he smacks you.
Is Maposhka is he gonna die to this boar?
I think Tombstone. I think he's good.
Tombstone the boar.
That's definitely a smoke I smell.
What are these voice lines, man? They're wacky. I thought that was you.
No, it's something else. 0-2. Team Spirits did win the laning phase, except for this mid lane, where Sumail is pretty much the only great hope for Nigma Galaxy.
All right, Spirit are happy to just keep farming. There's no pressure on them to make any crazy moves this game. Just keep their reaction ability up, which is teleport on Laurel on this Storm, so he can react to a Kunkka gank. You even have early gate on Collapse. He's pre-skilled it here on this Underlord, so he is absolutely ready to go top.
Tombstone tries to slow him down. Laurel catches up to MC, pulls him back into the multi-shot, and the heals from GH are not enough. Now with the tether onto cooldown, can't really help the other support and needs some help. Curl falls. Laurel, let's see if he can get a zip at the right time. Tries to go for the illusion dodge. Not quite good enough, but also not enough damage from Nigma, as Laurel is perfectly fine. Team Spirit just brought more heroes and a little bit more cohesive on the initiation.
Get the tombstone.
Couldn't get the tombstone. Now Miracle desperately needs a kill out of this rotation.
Yeah, this is the early Miracle rotation. But is he going to find anything? They're just all out. 0 kills on the board for Nigma. Spirit make the first move. Collapse didn't even go there, but what did he do with that gate? He gated to the fountain for Yatoro to come bottom, who doesn't have a teleport. So the Drow gets to make this really fast move off that top fight.
All right.
Beautiful gameplay read from Collapse, helping his boy out. Gets him straight into this tier 1, which is where Yatoro wants to be right now.
And the faster they take that tower, the more time Collapse has to set up to defend this tower.
Exactly, because now he can go up here, whereas Drow would have had to run bottom. So nice non-overcommittal from Collapse, not joining that fight. Instead gets to use that gate to set up Yatoro's rotation, set up his own tower defense, and put Nigma in a really bad spot. Because now this tower is just unassailable for MC, and you don't have that much damage to help him kick the Underlord out. Do you really want to run into this brick wall of a slug with Vanguard, 1500 HP, and a Storm Teleport that can bail him out?
No. No, I do not.
Well, that's a fair answer, and I think Nigma agree, which means you just have to keep farming here. But the other problem, talking about a lot of problems in this game, there are a significant amount of problems. I feel that one of the
problems.
Well, the downside with Ricky is this hero farms pretty slow. As in, he kind of is the slowest farming carry in the game.
Yeah.
He has to single right-click every creep down.
I always think he needs to get hero kills just so he can
he kind of
get some more farm. That's really the only way about it.
So the issue is, the more the fights are not happening for Nigma, the faster Underlord, Storm, and Drow are all going to pill ahead of this Ricky. Miracle just has to sit here and right-click single creeps while Yatoro is just doing Ancients. He's clearing camps and waves with multi-shot. He's getting so much more levels and farm out of this period. Collapse is farming multiple camps with Firestorm. These little things add up. They get you to the earlier timings. And if those earlier timings get hit for Spirit, their Roshan is not too bad itself. Right? They have Tombstone. They have the Undying ult. Drow's just going to hit it. That 5-man contest is not necessarily easy for Nigma either. I feel like the ship is leaking, and you already got to start plugging the holes.
Multi-shot is not going to be quite enough, but the Fade Bolt will be. And now with this port behind the Tier 1 tower, Laurel feels pretty comfortable going for the dive. After all, everybody from Team Spirit has showed up. So that's going to be another tower. Collapse is going to make sure that, once again, he doesn't get too greedy and keeps a spread amount of heroes on the map. Goes back up to top lane. This is looking... What are the upsides? Let's focus on the positive here, Avery. What are the upsides of Nigma Galaxy's lineup?
It'll be over fast.
Okay. A relatively quick and painless death? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not going to sugarcoat it, man. This game is tough. It's really damn tough.
Maybe the highlight is the fact that they already won game 1.
Yeah, you know? I mean, who knows? If this was a best of 3, what could have happened? We'll never know.
Death's bounty.
We know they would still be eliminated.
Well, I mean, but whose fault was that?
Nigma's?
That is one answer.
The competition, you can only blame yourself.
But we already went over the first rule, Dota. Find somebody else to blame.
Well, you could blame somebody else on your team, but, you know.
All right, they have level 6s on the support. So you have Relo up, and you have this Demonic Purge. Demonic Purge is probably your best tool to get some cheeky kills in this game. He's going to X himself bottom to clear out a boar. Stolen boars, of course.
I think they keep pushing that tower, though. It's pretty low. An early outpost, when you already have this much map control.
They just don't need it this early either.
That is true. Yeah.
Collapse rushed Crimson Guard in this game. So we're talking about the low damage output from Nigma. That is going to negate it even more because they don't really have spell damage. It's all these mini right clicks. It's like 5 Troll Warlords.
The fact that he just went up there to hit that creep wave at top after there were just 5 heroes from Nigma Galaxy up there shows his confidence that he's just like, yeah, they can't go on me, guys.
They can't. There is no way. It is a suicide mission.
Well, I mean, they're dead already, so why not go on a suicide mission?
All 5 coming up here for Collapse as he sprints his way to safety.
Well, I don't know, sprint.
Is this a go, though? I think you got to run away.
Pull him back into the boat, but the tombstone will scare them away. They relocate back from where they came from.
But the whole time you lost your tier 2 bottom to Storm for free. And your tier 3's getting hit. And Collapse just walks back top. He's like, okay. Cool gank, guys.
What am I watching?
That's a good question, Utoro. What are we watching? Well, you're currently watching Team Spirit versus Nigma Galaxy, which at the start of this series, Team Spirit was in a 4-way tie for 3 slots in the, I was going to say upper bracket.
Oh,
MC upper half.
With the flank. Gonna get their first kill.
Oh, no. The heals and the Crimson Guard. There was no more damage. Like, the creeps don't do any damage through the Crimson Guard, so that's it.
All right, well, I mean, it's unlucky. What can you do?
A spiteful disruption. Curl will waste 2 seconds of Utoro's time as he dies. Do you think you get experience while you're disrupted? While you're in the Nether Realm? While you're in the Upside Down?
Yeah, I think you do.
Miracle is still in range.
Okay, but he got his Midas recipe, so let's give a little clap.
Hey,
for,
there's a highlight. There's a silver lining right there.
Midas recipe bought. Who really got who in that game? Come on.
Under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under
You know, I was talking about the medical Midas last game.
Medical Midas.
This is the coroner's Midas right here. This is the Midas, so when you are already in the grave, buried in the coffin, you can dig your way out of the dirt with that golden claw.
Oh, see, I thought you were saying you dress up the corpse a little bit more. I mean, you're talking about the first aid. They're doing the stitch up after they've already taken out the organs and. What's that process?
I'm blanking on it.
Yeah, me too.
I was just reading.
I was going to say fertilizer. Is that your nighttime reading?
I was just in the green room discussing
I think he would be a good
body disposal with BSJ. He had some great points. He was talking about flash freezing and acid baths, and I was like, damn, this guy really knows his stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he's done his research, that's for sure.
I mean, he called it this game. He said this was going to be the fastest game here. I don't know what the record is, but we are somewhat on pace.
Underlord makes it so that when you're ahead like this, you give 0 space to the enemy if you're using this portal correctly, which Collapse certainly is.
That's a regen rune for Laurel, by the way, so he's not even using anything.
Think he's going to zip for the kill?
Just think about it.
Playing it safe. The pipe is now complete, so the Crimson Guard was blocking all the physical damage. What little magic damage that is left, honestly, I'm surprised he went pipe.
Oh, reload to look for Yotoro, but Yotoro just sidesteps and gusts him. And now you're in trouble.
Yeah, how many kills are they going to be able to get off of this when they use the Primal Roar to try and run away? But Laurel can keep pace with them. Kills the Beastmaster. The 2 relocated back again, so it's just the 1 death.
Honestly, this is one of those games where I think you 5-man smoke, you kill somebody, and then you GG out. You send that last message. You're like, ha!
Got him.
Got your ass.
We got the last laugh.
I mean, Sumail's still having a pretty good game, all things considered. It seems like he's in good spirits.
Okay. Who do you think, what time, let's have a bet here. When is Nigma Galaxy going to get their first kill?
Well,
who is going to get it?
When's the next tournament they're in?
Well, that would be Div 2 for Tour 3.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be
sounds like a ways away, yeah. I mean, what? I feel like they're not going to get a kill in this game.
You don't think they're going to get one?
I don't
guess
think it's
I should have asked,
dude.
Is Nigma Galaxy going to get a kill this game?
No, I don't think so. Unless Mira feeds randomly, I don't think they can kill anybody else.
No,
I literally just don't think they have the spells.
They're going to get one. I'm certain of it.
Oh, we'll see. Okay.
That's my bet.
I mean, they can. If they catch some heroes out away from the auras, away from the zone control, they might be able to bring somebody down.
Embalming. That's what it was.
Wow, you spent that whole time to look that up, huh?
Not much going on in this game. We're going to take our first Roshan of the game for Team Spirit.
So
When we back to the green, when we went back to the green room, I got all excited because there was something to talk about. When we went back to the green room, we saw that all the other matches, the team that needs to win to break this whole tiebreaker situation did win their first game. So Team Spirit, yes, it's super exciting for them that they're 13-0. Looks like they're going to be able to win this game too. But if Beastco still manages to win game 2 against Liquid and whoever else is in this tie situation, I can't remember everybody, but OG against Talon, that was the other one.
Tundra's in there.
Tundra against Nows? I think that was it. So if they all manage to win their second games and go 2-0 against their opponents, then it won't matter if Team Spirit wins this.
Basically, you're saying Nigma just screwed them and then
dumped it.
And then just dumped it on them. Happy to take that game 1 away from you guys. Good luck in the tournament. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you at the airport.
Oh, Yatoro, first class. I mean, this is what I thought was going to happen game 1. Not maybe to this degree, but this is the type of draft I expected from Spirit game 1, where it's just well-rounded, solid. You had a good pick for your Toro with a solid lane, and they played like they played this tournament, which I felt like has been pretty good in the games they set themselves up. It's just that game 1 draft was it was very wonky, the way they set it up. And they, like you said, might pay a very heavy price for it. For a team that's looked pretty solid. They're looking pretty solid in this one. 14-0, one of those shellackings. There's no way around it here. Laurel
I can feel it. Laurel's getting itchy. Laurel's getting itchy, and he's going to get caught.
I mean,
this is where it's going to happen. Certain. I'm certain of it. An overextension is going to happen. Okay, maybe not Collapse. Collapse is really tanky.
They purged his Crimson.
Yeah, okay, and they're pulling it back into the tier 4s. They pulled in the Storm Spirit, who was silenced for a second. Laurel, he had an Aegis. Damn it. Okay, maybe they can kill him a second time, though. Torrents? Anything? Any disables?
Got the X.
Pull him back in?
Oh, Mira. Mira's overextended.
Mira! Mira's the target!
Just
get him!
rip.
Get him! Get him, Miracle! Get him!
Oh, my God! It's all turned around. They're going to rout him now. This is the moment.
Of course it's the male who gets the kill. Knew it all along. All right, well, they're going to get crushed in the rest of this team fight. So
it's looking a little rough, but I mean, there's still Tombstone down, right?
Yeah, Laurel's running low on mana.
They got the roar.
And he got roared. Oh,
that X didn't,
okay, the
didn't
tidal
help.
wave, that was awkward. That wasn't what you wanted.
That's unfortunate.
Oh,
I mean, it looked pretty good, though. 3 buybacks, but they got the Rubik, and that's what counts, I think.
See, now it's awkward. Now you got the 1 kill, but you didn't immediately GG out, so now it's kind of loses its impact.
Yeah.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's top barracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Radiant's top barracks.
I don't know, man. This team is just so inconsistent.
Yeah, the weird part was that Team Spirit was that they're usually, I think, a pretty consistent team, right? They're not always like top tier like they were at TI10, and we see glimpses of it all the time, but they are consistent. I think they operate on like a 75 to 100% at all times, you know?
Yeah, they're always, I mean, Yatoro and Collapse are always going to have solid games.
Yeah, Yatoro's a monster, man.
He's having another perfect game here, 5-0-9. The jump comes through off the vision. And Miracle will insta-drop. Not a single hit to be had. Reload too late to the party, and it's cleanup crew time.
Clean up on aisle 2. Clean up on aisle 2.
Arcane Rune Storm to boot.
Radiant's middle tower.
Oh, that's a rough way to go. It's a rough tournament for Nigma. I mean, the jet lag stuff with Sumail doesn't help. I've been there. It is really rough.
Yeah, they didn't really get to practice at all.
They're switching their roles around, then they bring Miracle in. It's a roster that hasn't played. I mean, it's just so much logistical stuff that this team had to come overcome in this tournament, they still had some games that showed what the team can do, you know?
Yeah, they definitely showed, like, there was a reason they got into the upper division in the first place. They could still be able to bounce back. I mean, I feel like they might still be a long shot for coming out of Div 2 and making it through a TI qualifier, but
the downside for this team is that their fans are absolutely brutal, so even if they can laugh it off, which they are, and they're just enjoying the fact they get to play some Dota. Obviously, they weren't going in this tournament, I think, expecting to win it, given the circumstances, but
sure.
The fans are just brutal to this team. You got to feel for that.
Well, they've been fans for a long time, you know?
These guys have been playing for a long time.
You start to... You hold out hope for that long, and I feel like you start getting bitter. That's just the natural way of things, you know? That's why those of you guys who are still nice out there, all the love and appreciation to you. Being a non-crusty, bitter Dota fan is this rare thing. I appreciate you. They just set themselves up for the tidal wave. You cannot tell me that was an accident. They had to have done that on purpose. They all lined up and sat in front of the fountain for a tidal wave.
I mean, they got collapsed. They got his ass.
Do you think it was like a bet? Like, guys, who do you think dies if we all get tidal waved into the fountain?
No, I think it was literally both teams saying, I'm going to tidal wave the other one. That looks pretty cool, though.
Hey, they got a second kill. All right.
No, we're definitely replaying that. I'll see you on the other side, brother.
Why have they not called? Thank you. Thank you, Curl. They're going to call GG.
That's a rough way to go out.
Nigma Galaxy.